Hey guys, here's a quick video to show you how to customize your own skateboard deck. You can see it on the table behind me over there with some of the supplies. The skateboard deck cost me about $40. I had to buy about $40 in supplies. That's a spray paint, sandpaper, and what else did I use? Polishing compound and some tape to tape off the ends. So yeah, so in all it was about $80. If you've already got a skateboard deck and you've already got some of these supplies at home, the cost just keeps going down. So enjoy the video. I'm going to go through it step by step on how I did it. I'm trying to be a little more informational than some of the other videos out there on YouTube right now and really give you some of the steps. They're just regular spray paints you could get at Lowe's or Home Depot. Let's see, the sandpaper I used 15, well I got two different kinds of sandpaper. The sandpaper I used to lightly sand the deck after I primed it was 600 grit sandpaper, and I just do that dry. You don't wet it, you just dry. And then the final sanding on the project after it's all done, to get that nice coat on it, that nice buff, when you're going to buff it with the polishing compound, 1500 grit sandpaper. That's wet dry, and you're going to do it wet. Basically all you do is you take the sandpaper, you wet it in a little bucket of water or a little something of water so it's nice and wet, and you go over the board very lightly with the 1500 sandpaper. Do that once or twice, dry it with a towel, and then you can use the polishing compound to get the final shine on it. So I think that's about it. Enjoy, guys. Alright guys, I'm showing you my project of doing some custom artwork on the bottom of a skateboard. This is the skateboard deck that I bought from a skateboard shop called Sweet Impact down the road from me. They didn't have any blank ones, so I had to buy this one. They're kind of a cool wood grain. I like the color on the front. This is the back side with the graphic. Since I had no blank ones, I had to buy this. I am in the process of sanding it down. I've got my sandpapers, sorted spray paints. So what the plan is to do something like this. Here's a test that I did. So we're going to look to do different colors. And I achieved this by just taking red paint, doing a stripe, yellow, blue, green, and then similar to the Palmolive or dishwashing soap technique that people do, where usually they'll take something like this, like a Dawn, and they'll just kind of go like this and do a random pattern, let it set up, and then they spray over it with like say a black, and after it dries they wash it off, and wherever the soap was you see the color through. Well, this is the same type of technique, but after I put the colored stripes down, I'm going to use a template which has this kind of 70s retro wallpaper pattern on it. And I'll plop that down over the color, spray paint it black, and I'll go through the steps. But that's what we got so far. Okay everybody, step one of the skateboard is done. The skateboard has been sanded down, taped off. As you can see on the edges, I have taped off all the edges of the board with blue painter's tape. 3 coats of a white primer on there, and then a very light sanding with 600 grit sandpaper. So now next phase we're going to do the colors. We've got a little green, blue, yellow, and red. I'll be right back. Okay, we did some color change on the board, as you can see. Here we go. I decided to make a black rim around the board that fades in a little bit, so covered up the yellow, so we moved the yellow here and to the end. Now we got green, blue, and red. So that is the basis for the color.
Probably should have removed it right away.
Okay, it's the wee hours of the morning, and I decided I wanted to add one more thing to the board, and I want to do this tiki face. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet, but basically that's it. That's the stencil I just cut out. That's the positive side of it, so let's see how it looks when I'm done. Okay, so there it is. There's the stencil on the board after the fact. Okay guys, I went over it and wet sanded it. If you can look, if you can see how it's dull now? The finish is dull. So it's got a dull, but it's still smooth. It's actually smoother than it was before. Very smooth. So I'm going to hit just a couple little spots that are still a little glossy down here in the end. And then we're going to go over with the rubbing compound. Alright guys, there's the finished product. It's been wet sanded and buffed. It's hard to see in the light. Let me see if I can show you in here a little better. Let's see. You see that shine? So that's about as close to an automotive finish as I'm going to get. Let's put it down here. It's slick. It's smooth. It's vibrant. There you go, guys. Enjoy. Have fun. All I used was, let's see, polishing compound. Right? If you've never used polishing compound, just read the directions. You basically just wipe it on, let it dry, and then buff it off with a separate cloth. Do that 2, 3, 4 times, however many times you need to get a nice shine on there, and you're good to go. Hope you enjoyed the video.